Ladies and gentlemen, what a show from Jack Jesus, the earthquake right here in Istanbul. We move forward and we stay in the men's super heavyweight division for our next matchup, Bulgaria and Kazakhstan. Let's introduce now our athletes. The first of them hails from and is representing Bulgaria. He is the signature super heavyweight of his nation and is a multiple Bulgarian national champion, EAF European champion, and WAF champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Georgi Tsvetkov.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, lock the kids and women because the big boys are coming to the stage, and never bigger than Georgi Tsvetkov, the young man from Bulgaria, hanging out in that Beton camp, ready to roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, at only 24 years of age, has his sights firmly set on the overall championship of the world. Hailing from and representing Kazakhstan, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Artyom Morozov!
The Terminator is here. As I say, every time he has come from the past to save the future for arm wrestling. He is a little bit different this time. He's been struggling with some issues, but he's still here, still committed to winning, and still, what he says, in a great shape. Artyom Morozov from Kazakhstan is ready to rock and rumble. This man was set up to have a match versus two Georgians. Both of them got injured just training for this man. That says a lot. Artyom Morozov, Georgi Tsvetkov, right now, right here, the super heavyweights gonna play.
My goodness, Morozov reminds me of Brock Lesnar so much walking across that stage. Those huge arms dangling at its side. Listen, make no mistake about it. This guy right here handles Georgi easily from a hand and wrist standpoint, and it's solidified. The dude's one of the dudes. There's 5 dudes in the world you can hope in your life that you're ever mentioned as one of those dudes. If he handles this guy at this young of an age is one of the 5 dudes that walk around in the world.
Yeah, this will be a very telling moment. What is the shape of Morozov? How good Georgi has prepared for this. He took this match on a short notice, but he still was in great spirits, just telling jokes, and said he's fine and said he's in a great shape, but not super prepared for this match. And then comes the equalizer. Artyom Morozov can only eat soup. So he said he might not be 100%. So we will see a match.
I used that excuse in 1997, the whole irritable bowel syndrome and the soup thing. I'm not buying it, ladies and gentlemen. Just that almost start right there showed me that Artyom Morozov is a rock.
Morozov, wrist. Yes, wrist.
Yeah, if some pictures are shown where he's eating a steak, right? That will be interesting. Now, Artyom hasn't been looking very, very happy, but he's still an athlete, a competitor. He has prepared for this match, and he's ready to win. We have a slip, and we will have the straps applied with these two heavyweights. And then we will see who has the edge, who has the power on table. Georgi Tsvetkov, last time we saw him was taking Jerry CADORETTE to absolute limits.
Listen, very simple. We're talking millimeters, centimeters. The smallest of things were different. Could it be different in that match? And Georgi Tsvetkov is the champion of the East vs. West super heavyweights with that victory.
Right.
And now we see a little bit of a connection change there in that start. But the truth is, I think Georgi needed more out of the strap to give us any hope that he has any chance with this young man.
Let's see where this match goes. Georgi Tsvetkov is extremely hard to hook. So the top roll would be a better option, but Georgi not only brings strength to the table, he brings mass, and it's very hard to get around that thick hand. Morozov has thick hands, but Georgi kind of can equalize it. We will see a top roll attempt from both of these guys. Let's see who loses their wrist or who loses their pronator. Nice setup from both. Both WF pullers have been pulling for years, so setups are kind of should be very easy. But we see referee's grip, no arguing there.
Like this, but good course.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay.
All right, listening in there, getting the first look approach there, making sure that the hand and wrist are straight. Georgi said, hey, listen, I like the way the strap is applied. I just want to make sure he doesn't get any wrist curl before go. Watch for the connection. It has, oh my goodness, listen, this guy is not on soup. Are you kidding me?
No, that guy definitely is
No
on
way.
soup.
This
He's
guy's
definitely
eating whole cows over there in Kazakhstan.
I'm just
in the Kazakhstan. Listen, they're everywhere you're going. Meat, feeding you, feeding you, feeding you. This guy's the strongest man in the world. I just saw Georgi's face as soon as Artyom did that wrist curl. Listen, I'm not a betting man. Well, there was a problem in '87, but the truth is, Morozov is the real deal. There he goes.
Takes that hand, and again, Travis using his words, but a lot of side pressure. Losing wrist that early in this match could be the factor of victory and loss. Fully committed, but open, way out of his shoulder line. Gets no foul. Let's see what referees will say.
I said it once, I said it before. Georgi's gonna kill this guy.
That's exactly what you said. Just roll the tape backwards. You will hear it firsthand. We see a match, ladies and gentlemen. People expected Artyom Morozov just run through Georgi Tsvetkov. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's see how much pump, how much damage losing that wrist for Artyom Morozov will play a factor. What I know from Artyom, he's versatile and his endurance is insane. He gets better the match longer it goes.
We are going to find out tonight that you've been eating soup for how long has it been?
I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks of soup eating, and now you have to show the entire world. Listen, and I used to tell people all the time, do you have that Ron Bath grit? In other words, when everything is against you, and I saw an impatient human being there having some side pressure, but putting himself in a worse position with being a little too aggressive. Listen, he's gonna have to stand up tall, lean forward. His hand is so absolutely in trouble there. Listen, we haven't seen the likes of this trouble since you in Dubai there 2 months ago, okay? This man's hand is getting taken, and it just is the beginning right now. A desperate attempt right there to even get this restart, or he's obviously down 1-0. We're gonna find out, does he have the patience? And listen, that patience requires an unbelievable amount of heart. Most people are born with it. Some can possibly develop it. It never was something that was achievable to me. Let's see if this young man has it in him to stand up tall and bleed Georgi out, because it's going to take about 2.5 minutes of active arm wrestling in order for him to push Georgi back over these next 3 rounds.
Definitely. That would be the best way to win this match for Artyom Morozov, maybe even losing a few rounds. Let's see, will he switch up some things in this setup? Will he try to initiate the hook, or he's sticking to the top rope? He's initiating hook, losing wrist easily.
Patience is better. Not berserking out here. Relax.
Trying not to lose the shoulder line. In a very bad position, very close to the pin pad. Georgi Tsvetkov trying to finish him. It's so hard. Like I said, that mass of the hand, it's so hard to get over that mass. And again, we get Georgi Tsvetkov to East versus West, and he surprises everyone. Biggest underdog might be on this card. Took the match just last Sunday. And what we're seeing now,
this could have been the main. Listen,
Water,
this
please.
could have been the main card if Georgi gets out of that thing with Jerry CADORETTE like we all thought he was going to. He would now be the champion. This match would be the obvious next step for Artyom, and still he would be the favorite. However, what the storyline would be is that the champ is the champ. Georgi Tsvetkov, I'm telling you right now, he's not far off that big group of 5.
he's one of those guys who has wins on Levan, who has fought everyone, been pulling WF for years, is one of the top heavyweights of all time. This is his hour. This is his showing. He wins this match, that's a huge statement. He goes way up in rankings, and he's in that contendership for the guys that might pull later today. Maybe he will pull a rematch versus Jerry if he wins this one, or maybe it will be ERMES, or maybe it's Devin Larratt.
And let's talk about table IQ and the fact that the 2 people that have pulled Morozov and had the best success from our eyes, besides Georgi Tsvetkov, was one why can I not think of Ivani Prudnik's name in the most important
Evgeny
time?
Prudnik.
The
Okay.
only time that we've seen maybe a technical mismatch was when Artyom ran into that young man. We may be seeing it tonight. And think about that camp. The fact that the Bulgarian trains twice a day with the likes of Fetan Gashevsky and the rest of that Bulgarian team. Look at how confident Georgi Tsvetkov looks right now.
Straight.
This good.
Let's see if the endurance pays the factor. And yeah, the hand is gone. The hand is gone. I see very little opportunities through the hand of Morozov.
Strap match.
But he needs at least to get some engagement. He needs to really commit to a press if that's the only option. And at this point, it feels like it's the only option. He has one round kind of to F around and find out. And we'll see.
And the fact is, the elephant in the room is the cardio. Does that become a situation here? How long can Georgi look like he does now? Perfectly calm, his composure off the charts, having no problem. We saw a different Georgi in round 3, round 4 against Jerry CADORETTE, an absolutely fatigued human being. From our standpoint, this is the best shape Georgi's ever been in. This is the equivalent of him being confident enough to wear a G-string at the beach. My man's down 65 pounds from when I met him, okay? Does that equate into him lasting over the time? Right now, Morozov in big trouble, right? Big trouble. The only way to win is to let Georgi lose once he can't breathe and is too tired to continue. That's going to take a lot of heart. I said it before, 2.5 minutes. We just took about 9 seconds. So now 2 minutes and 21 seconds is what's needed if Morozov has any chance of winning this match. He's got to stop it. Doesn't matter what position. Don't stop pulling. Make sure the time elapses, the cardio becomes a deal.
Morozov is still keeping his composure, breathing, trying to make this into a match, trying to set up for a hook. I don't think there's even going to be attempt for. If he wants to hook or press, he needs to get his shoulder higher, in my opinion, so he can crush down. Right now, it's very easy to get out of that position. And Georgi Tsvetkov just pulls back with a full strap, and we go to a referee's grip. And I think in referee's grip, it definitely favors Georgi. He can fill that hand up, so there's nothing to hold on for Morozov.
If you're looking for one plus, it's that there was some action there for the entire minute before they applied that set grip. If I am Morozov, I'm pushing the time. Let this thing last as long as it can, and my options become a little
Round number
better.
2. Go! The wrist folds, gets to the fully committed, but looks like his back pressure.
Much better here.
Better.
The clock
Gets
is
the
ticking
shoulder.
now. Here we go. Breathe. I don't know if the panic is needed.
No, don't get out of that position. He should have been staying
Be aggressive
there.
here. Be aggressive. The clock is ticking. This is working more or less in Morozov's favor. It's so bad from a leverage standpoint. My goodness. Georgi, 2-0. The clock ticked a little bit. I think we took off 15 seconds, but nowhere near. And we saw also not the experience not there, a little bit of panic there. Every time you hit drastically with your wrist taken, you let him climb even more in those straps.
Great technical arm wrestling for Georgi Tsvetkov. He got the position every time he was working on it. He also allowed Artyom Morozov to drain himself in those positions, losing the side pressure, losing the pronator, losing everything in those. I think he had a great success when he initiated, got his shoulder behind, was in a good position, but then I don't think maybe he felt comfortable and jumped out. But in my opinion, that would be the best option versus Georgi Tsvetkov. If you get that shoulder out, he just will pull you back and out of position. That mass is too much. And right now, he's ahead 2-0 and making a statement. Be ready, world. Georgi Tsvetkov has come.
Yeah, no doubt. And then even Georgi, after the CADORETTE match, totally not happy with the outcome. Really thought that it was so close and that he easily could have been the champ. And now, taking this match on short notice, let's be completely honest. This is putting the whole world championship on notice. Right, Georgi will be there in 4 weeks. And listen, as of right now, he is trying his best to show us. Listen, if you had Morozov highly ranked, if you had CADORETTE highly ranked, just know that I'm right here. I'm super promotable. He does such a great job whenever he's in the press conference. Such an outstanding person and a real deal athlete.
Really
and
fun
I would
guy to
say,
be around.
at this point, the favorite to win a WAF title in the super heavyweight category.
Absolutely. Reigning WF world champion will be in world championship in Kazakhstan in a month in Kazakhstan, right? And right now is one pin away from winning this match versus Artyom Morozov, who's been on an absolutely murderous stream ever since his only loss to Evgeny Prudnik. Right now, we're seeing he's not there yet. Maybe it's the health problems. Definitely they don't help in this position. But still, he's giving his best to fight this match. I just think it's unwinnable at this point.
Yeah, definitely. If you're in this position, you got to understand the deck is stacked against you now. What kind of effort will we get from Morozov? And clearly, he's not going to give up quite yet. That was the best start maybe out of the strap he could get. The truth is, there's still a little bit in the tank. You can tell by seeing the nonverbal from Georgi. He's not super taxed. He's not laboring at times like you saw against CADORETTE. He looks super poised and happy in this moment. Maybe a lot of pressure being off by taking the match in such short notice, showing your commitment to East vs. West, your friendship with the great Engin Terzi, and now being such a good guy, it all paying off, and you being, after that disappointing loss, right now, a quick rebound, and you're right back in the mix.
He's absolutely right there in the mix, and he's one pin away to making a statement. And what a great day it is for Georgi Tsvetkov. He took this match on short notice and absolutely winning people over with this one. He was great. Like in a press conference, I remember a statement when Artyom Morozov said, like, my wrist is too strong, and Georgi said, have you seen someone hook me? Have you seen anyone hook me? And he cannot be hooked. Looks like he cannot be hooked at this point.
And we talked about it earlier, right? That was one of the first things. I think that a lot of people were assuming that the wrist would be taken slightly, but it would be regained immediately as soon as the surge was sideways. What we found out early is that it was going to get taken. The inexperience was not there. The excuses are in the house. And listen, it will be a monumental comeback if, in fact, everything is on the up and up and this man is being deprived those essential proteins that come along with working out and being the man. The good thing for this man, regardless of this outcome, the future is still super bright for one Artyom Morozov.
He's 24 years old. This is only beginning, and you will want to fight the best. And if you lose, it's okay. You have time. You always have time. And he's not giving up. He's giving his best to win this one. Much better position. Much better position. Much better position.
Need to move. Make sure that he pulls you out of there.
Center.
So
His shoulder
with
is-
these shoulder pads, right, it's much easier to cross the center line with your shoulder. And that's what Morozov did right here. That's where the disadvantage, I think, from these pads is. Because when you want to press, you come way more forward, and then you turn your body in, and it's way more easier to get your shoulder in a line. One elbow foul for Artyom Morozov.
He was in a great place right there. A great place. Listen, this thing can change.
If he can
in
hit
a
one more
heartbeat.
one more time, hits that, gets the same position, but he's again so far
Now
away.
he has to be so careful with that foul.
Georgi, wrist.
Let's
Yes.
see what he does now. I feel like he's did top roll. Yeah, he did top roll. He should again, still initiating the same position. Still initiating the same position.
Foul, Morozov!
Stop.
Foul!
Relax, relax.
Second elbow foul from Artyom Morozov. Yes. Your winner, Georgi Tsvetkov.
Hey, here's a great story for you, ladies and gentlemen. A guy gets his dream match, a chance for the East versus West Super Heavyweight Championship. He comes up just slightly short. Then you think the layoff will be long. When will my next opportunity comes? And lo and behold, there's an injury. GENADI's out, and this man is in, Georgi Tsvetkov. An outstanding job of taking advantage. A complete clinic when it comes to the sport of arm wrestling, utilizing the straps, hand and wrist positioning in an absolute perfect situation. And look at the excitement from Georgi after round two. Here he comes with a huge side pressure win, and then here comes the fouls. Artyom Morozov, say what you want. Eating soup for 2 weeks, having any sort of medical problems, training for one GENADI, and then immediately having to switch to Georgi Tsvetkov. It doesn't matter. The young man put up the fight of his life, just came up a little bit short. It will be a small hiccup in what I see as a glorious super heavyweight career. But today, don't get it twisted. The night belongs to Georgi Tsvetkov.
Ladies and gentlemen, Georgi Tsvetkov. What a match, what a performance. You took this match on a short notice, I think on Sunday, and you were clearly, as most people's eyes, as an underdog, and you won it in a spectacular fashion. How does it feel?
It feels great, the best feeling in the world, man. It's very good. I'm in the heaven right now.
Last time we saw you pulling Jerry CADORETTE, that was a close match. If that match would end a little bit differently, you might be the champion. Is that still on your mind?
Of course, you see, everybody was thinking that I would be like a warm-up for Jerry, I would be an easy win. Everybody saw that I gave him a nightmare. Everybody was thinking that now I will... Artyom is the favorite in this match, but I show that I'm very strong, I'm very powerful, and I want to tell you something. This belt tonight, one day will be mine.
That's a statement. Georgi Tsvetkov, what a match. Congratulations. Absolute unit.